here at Les Collines Vineyard. Les Collines means the foothills, and we're in the foothills of the Blue Mountains. So what's really nice about this vineyard in the Walla Walla Valley is it's one continuous slope from the top of the vineyard, which is about 1,400 foot in elevation, all the way to the bottom of the vineyard, which is about 1,100 feet in elevation. We have a slope to the north, slope to the south, slope to the west, so we get really good cold air drainage, so we don't have the winter kill and winter damage that a lot of other places have. So topography helps us out quite a bit at Les Collines Vineyard. Because we're nestled up against the Blue Mountains also, our rainfall is quite a bit higher than other places. So I think we average about 22 inches, which we didn't get this year. But other parts of the valley on the west side, they can get as low as 5. So we have to irrigate a lot less, which is great. So we're above kind of the Missoula floodplain where a lot of the silt was deposited after the Missoula floods, but a lot of our soil came from windblown loess, and so it's relatively uniform. There are differences in the higher elevations versus lower elevations, and that kind of changes a little bit how we make decisions, but it's a very deep soil, holds water pretty well, and also at the same time is well drained. So it's actually pretty phenomenal for growing grapes. It's a rock-free windblown loess, that's L-O-E-S-S, and it's very deep, very uniform, no rocks to get in the way, pretty light on organic matter. And it was also intensively farmed in wheat and peas and other things, 20 plus years ago. But water moves through it in a really interesting way. It drains really well. You can't overly saturate it, but at the same time, it also retains soil moisture fairly well. And as the water from, whether it's from rain or irrigation, moves through the soil profile, we found the roots kind of move after that. We've dug backhoe pits 12 feet deep and found roots 12 feet down, 12 feet out. Each one of these vines' roots really spreads out looking for the water. So it's less intensive management of irrigation, which is really nice. We tend to irrigate 3 to 4 times a year, mostly before heat waves. We don't have to irrigate as early as a lot of other places in eastern Washington or California. Our vines are very happy and healthy and growing when they need to be, and then we can stress them out naturally when we kind of want to control berry size and want to stress the vine a little bit and get it to stop vegetatively growing. So it's a soil that really suits the growing of quality wine grapes. We're very happy with it. One thing I think makes Les Collines unique, and I couldn't tell you why this is the deal, but across all varietals, we tend to have really lovely aromatics, very floral, just really elevated aromatics. And so something about here lends itself to that. So our Merlots are some of the more aromatic I've ever smelled. Even things you don't tend to think about, like Malbecs and Cabernets, just have a really pretty sort of aromatic profile, which I think kind of makes us, different than other places. I don't think our vines are stressed. People talk a lot about stressing vines during the year, and there are very important reasons for that, controlling berry size and berry development and that sort of deal. But like I said, we get a little more rainfall, we're a little more moderated, so I think the tannins can be a little bit softer. On our south-facing slopes that are planted to Cabernet, we can get some pretty intense structure, but I wouldn't call it harsh angular tannins. Like you said, it's a little soft, but certainly no shortage of them. The age of our vines too, everything's about 20 plus years old, so the vines tend to crop to yield a lot less, and so it's a more concentrated, smaller crop. So the Cabernet can be tannic for sure, and a lot of that can be managed in the winery, but it's the kind of tannin I think we're looking for.